Hey guys, stopped off here at the local Walmart and thought I would make this quick video while it is on my mind. And I wanted to step over here where some light was. My wife's been in the hospital for the last 2 nights. She got out this afternoon and was feeling well enough to go to work at the home office, so she took her place at her desk and I went back out to do a little gig work and made $102 starting later in the afternoon up until now, which it's about 9:30. So that's not too horrible because I always do other things and I take my breaks and all like that. So it seems like here lately I've been hitting pretty even on multiple apps. Like today I did it again. I made $51 with Grubhub and $51 with Uber. So that's just where we're at for a little bit of work this evening. I want to tell you this thing that happened, and you could see what your thoughts about the situation are. I picked up 2 guys for Uber, and they were both drunk, which is strange around here in Northeast Tennessee for early in the day. Now, I could expect it on a Friday or Saturday evening, Friday or Saturday night, which is why I removed myself from Uber and Lyft on Friday and Saturday nights so I can avoid the crowd that's going to the bars and stuff. Now, some of you other folks may not understand that. You may say, well, that's where all the money is. That's where all the money is. Well, yeah, I could make a little bit more money, maybe even a lot more money, if I would stay out late with this stuff on Friday and Saturday nights. But for me, it's not always about making the most money. There are other things that I have to consider. And, the fact that I'm a pastor of a local church factors into that. And if you don't live the life of a pastor, you won't understand that, and you don't have to. But I'm going to try to remove myself from that as much as I can. Well, anyway, it came on me anyway during the week, early in the morning, one day. This didn't happen today. It's been a little while ago. But picked up 2 guys on a weekday morning, and they were both drunk already. Well, to make a long story short, I took them to their destination, or the destination that was in the app anyway. And I got there, and they looked around, both of them. They were looking around, man, like, where are we? I don't recognize this. And they said, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. This ain't it. So I know I could have probably ended it right there, but I didn't. I was feeling pretty gracious. So I allowed them to try to explain to me where they needed to go. If that wasn't it, okay, tell me where you need to go. So now I'm taking directions from 2 drunks in the back seat of my vehicle. So you can imagine what that's like. I'm trying to be patient. You might have handled that differently. I'm not asking for, advice on all that. I mean, you're free to share your thoughts, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to do it the way I do it, and you're going to do it the way you do it. But anyway, on this particular day, and that could change day by day, on this particular day I was feeling pretty gracious. So I allowed them to tell me, or to try to explain to me where they were going. So we went to another location. All this is outside the app now. All that's done failed. And they got to the second location, and they looked around and said, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. So we did it again. A third location. Got to the third location after they've explained to me another one, and got there. They said, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. Okay, by this time, I've got my phone in my hand, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get these 2 drunks out of my vehicle? And I'm just about ready to call the police. Just a hair's breadth. You like that? That's an old saying from Southwest Virginia that they say the people up in the mountains, the hillbillies. I'm a hillbilly. I don't know. I know you probably can't tell that. But hillbillies like to say a hair's breadth. I was a hair's breadth away from calling the police. And just as I was about to punch the numbers into the phone, finally these two guys got out of my vehicle. Evidently they saw something they recognized and they went ahead and jumped out. So that's my little story about the two confused drunks that didn't want to get out of my vehicle. And finally it all worked out. So, things like that are definitely in the list of, you say, well, we have to take the good with the bad sometimes. Well, that's definitely part of the bad. But hey, it's a memory, something to talk about. Hopefully it won't happen again. Have a good night.